On this show, you'll find inspiration, motivation, and advice from experts, as well as valuable tips on how to get started or improve your business. Let's dive into how you can begin and grow your wisdom business. Inspiring others looks different for everyone. How will you inspire? Welcome to the Wisdom Podcast, and today we're chatting with Jane Tornatore. Jane, welcome to the Wisdom Podcast.
Thank you. I'm delighted.
Oh, I'm so happy that we can finally get to chat.
Right.
Now, with our audience, we're all aware that we all talk about our experiences, challenges, and wins, and so forth, going through the world of sharing our knowledge online. Share your story with us and our audience today. I would love to know how you got started and what you do. Tell the audience.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I am, it's so funny. When you hear other people describe what they've done, you're like, oh, my goodness, you were so accomplished. I could never do that. And then when we hear ourselves, it's like, oh, wait, I am too. So I was just thinking, well, I'm a coach and a therapist and an author and a speaker. And I'm like, wow. It sounds so impressive when you say it out loud, but inside it's just like, it's, whatever, it's what I do. Exactly. And I think that's true for so many of us. So I just thought, oh, I'm feeling that. I'll just share that. So anyway, I'm all those. I'm based in Seattle, Washington. And I've been a student of human nature since forever. Like I was always the one asking those questions in college of, why do you think we think this way? Does reality have to be this way? Why are we all friends? Like what? I was that person who would ask those questions. So of course I'm going to become a therapist. And then what I really found is that as a therapist, I can sit one-on-one in a chair for maybe 20 hours a week. And after that, I'm toast. It's so energy. It's so energy using to be, and I love it. But I can only reach like 20 people a week, right? Yeah. So, but I personally love my message, and I've got tools that really work. So I'm like, oh, I want to spread it to more people. So I developed an online program, which I run periodically. I haven't set it up systemically. It's more like, I want to run it now. Yeah. So I do that. And I wrote a book, and it feels really important because I teach about self-acceptance and self-love, right? Yeah. Build self-compassion, find out those blocks that keep us from connecting to ourselves, loving ourselves, and therefore connecting and loving other people. And I want that out like around the world. Yeah. And I'll tell you a story of how I first decided to be a therapist. My sister dragged us all to a family therapist because our family had issues, right? And the therapist started her sentence with this. And I was working on Madison Avenue in New York City and advertising at the time. Right. So it was all about getting people to buy stuff. And she said, my job is to put myself out of a job. And I'm like, what? That's crazy. You realize I didn't say this out loud, of course. Yeah. But I was like, this is insane. Who did you take us to, Suze? But she said, well, I help families become healthier. Yeah. And then they become healthier. And then if their kids go on to have partners and families, those kids become healthier. And if they go on to have partners and kids and families, they become healthier. And she said, pretty soon health spreads around the world and I'm out of a job. And I'm like, I'm quitting advertising. I'm going to do that. Right?
Yeah. Because you're doing your job properly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I realized then and there that I wanted to spread health, in my case, mental and emotional and self-love and acceptance health around the world. So that's how I got here.
So you obviously, like we said, you can only do so many hours per week that you have to physically put into your, business and so forth. We all wear a million hats, but when it comes down to actually the actual crux of what you do, 20 hours, that could be very exhausting, especially in regards to therapy. So you had to bring on courses or something else to actually, share further out there with your business. And you said, you became a speaker and so forth. So was that something that you took on to help build trust in your brand, or is it just other sort of situations there that brought you into speaking?
That was more serendipity. Originally I was going to go into academia. I got a PhD so I could go into academia. And then I realized they work too hard for too little money. And it's like, it's being a grad student forever for a little more money. And I thought, it's not how I want to live my life. Yeah. So I started speaking in grad school. Like I would go to conferences, people would want, my original expertise was Alzheimer's and caregiving. Okay. So there's lots of demand for that. So I just became a speaker and realized I just love it. Mm-hmm. And so anybody who wants me to speak, I'm just like, and that's why I love podcasts. I love speaking. It's an energy giver versus an energy taker.
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah. So
and look, you're listening all the time.
What?
You're listening all the time in your job. So.
Right. That's true. I didn't think about that. I'm switching the loop.
It's a good balance. Mm-hmm. What, going through that process of saying, okay, I'm going to be doing this, and then you decide you want to share it with the world, which you've explained to us why, which is fantastic. How did that process take place when it came to actually setting up for your business? Obviously, you want to see evolution in your business. You want to see further growth and so forth. What was the biggest challenge you had to come across when you were setting it all up?
Well, because I'm a perfectionist, and I'm doing this I remember the first course I created, it was just like, it was so hard because anytime we try to do something new, especially as a perfectionist, we're afraid because we've never done it before. And the human psyche does not like the unknown. Yes. It wants to do things, and especially perfectionists, and I have to do it right the first time. Like I don't get the luxury of screwing up, which is ridiculous because I screw up anyway. But so really the hardest part for me was, I love the material, so that was easy to create. Yeah. But it was am I doing this right? Is this stupid? Is anybody going to get this? Am I clear enough? Well, other people have said this before. Is this new? So it was my own self-doubt and blocks. Yeah. Yeah. It was the hardest thing for me. So of course that's what I work with people, is their own self-doubt and blocks.
To practice what you preach.
Exactly. But that for me, I was luckily able to hire people to help me with the creation of unlike you, I'm not as technically, I would look at what you've created with your wisdom platform education center. I'm like, people will die if I do that. Right. So I was lucky able to hire a team who gets my message and really supports me. And I say, here's what I want to do. And they're like, great, we know how to do that. I'm like, oh, thank you. Yeah. So that was not the barrier for me. Yeah. And I also know myself well enough to know if I tried to figure it out, it would never get done.
It'll never get done. Exactly. And it is a catch-22 situation with anyone who's sharing their knowledge online, because we're so entranced with our own knowledge and everything. And then you got to try and translate that in a way to someone who doesn't know what you know. So it's not dumbifying, but you've got to make sure that you're teaching at that level so people can absorb. But then on top of that, I think we're all perfectionists when it comes to our knowledge. And then when you're trying to put it online, you have all these, well, if I'm sharing my knowledge, I need to look like I know what I'm doing. So how I'm doing this needs to look like I know how I'm doing. And it just becomes this stack upon stack upon stack, doesn't it? It just becomes a nightmare that you're trying to sort of perfect and look professional and fantastic. But you know what, when it comes down to it, doesn't it? You just have to just get it out there. And as long as the message is right and what you're teaching is right, your students will understand if, it might not come across perfectly, presented or something like that. Right. It's about who they're learning from, isn't it? When it comes down to it, it's you when it comes down to it, because they're learning from you. It's not, the computer they're learning it on, like we've discovered this morning. Computers aren't always nice to us. So we'll deal with that sort of stuff. It's so hard when you're a perfectionist. I get it. When we were creating our platform, I remember I'm in a group of women who it's accountability group in a sense. And,
Awesome.
a couple of the girls in it just said, Nikki, you will never get this out if you keep trying to perfect this thing or trying to provide every feature and functionality in there. Just start and then roll. Keep rolling. And it's the same with, our knowledge businesses out there. It is a huge challenge I think a lot of us come through. So
I read a book when I first started being a therapist, and I was terrified because I'm just a schmo. Like, who am I to help people figure their life out?
Yeah.
And I read this book, and they said, basically, as a therapist, and I think it's true for online learning too, is you just need to be a little bit ahead of your clients, of your readers, of your, customers.
Yeah.
If you are a little ahead, you can lead them somewhere. If you're too far ahead, like, us with our knowledge base, like, here's all this knowledge, and they don't have it all.
Yeah.
We can't reach them.
Yep.
Right?
They get lost.
No,
yeah.
Right. Now, we can't be less healthy or less knowledgeable than our clients and customers because we got nothing new. But if we're just a little bit ahead, that's actually the sweet spot.
That is such a good point. Such a good point, right? Jane.
I know. I was like, when I read it, I almost cried. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Isn't it? I know. You just need that simple little, okay. And how have you grown personally through this whole experience of writing?
Do you have 20 hours, Nikki? 20 hours. I might be able to fit in 20. How have I grown? Oh my goodness. What I've really discovered is I've really honed my ability to self-soothe myself and have compassion for all my doubt and all those lessons I learned of, like, I'm a perfectionist because that was my way of controlling the world that didn't feel safe, right?
Yeah.
So I've really learned to hold in such gentleness these little parts of me that are so scared of judgment. And we're human beings, right? We are terrified, most of us, if we think about it, of people getting mad at us or not liking us or judging us. Or who does she think she is doing that or charging that? Or, calling herself, like, we're all kind of like, am I okay? Will you like me? Will you like me? And the bigger you get, right?
Yeah.
The more that comes up, the more people see you, the more potential for judgment. So I've really just learned to just be super gentle and compassionate and go, I know you're scared and I want to share this knowledge.
Yeah.
Right? I know you're scared, but I've actually gotten good feedback. I know you're scared, but I'm actually making a living at this. So it is working, right? And so just this constant, because, I teach blocks and self-doubt. For me, it's this constant loving myself more and growing my compassion more.
Yeah, for yourself.
And and I have a friend who I've been friends with a long time, and she's also on a big self-growth and, growth in the world journey. And I was talking about how I'm seeing even more compassion for others in the world in me. She's like, I'm seeing more compassion for you. And I'm like, oh, no wonder I can be more compassionate in the world because I'm having compassion for me. So it's easy to give it to others. Like you were saying, as you built your platform, you have compassion for other people whose platforms kind of mess up with enough. It's just what happens, right?
The patience is there. But it's like my mum always said, you've got to love yourself before you love anyone else. It's just not going to work. Exactly the same. Yeah.
It's absolutely true.
So true. Yeah. The challenges that you've seen or feedback, let's say, because, we do get feedback, good or bad, from, the people that we work with. Has there been anything that stuck out and really altered the way you've delivered your knowledge to people or help people?
That's a great question. I keep getting from the people in my group, they want a longer program.
Interesting.
Like I keep hearing, no, shorten. But the people who take my program keep saying, no, we want more. And I'm like, this is confusing. Right?
I know everyone wants things done quickly and precise, but they love you. That's what it is.
I know. So it's kind of a weird message. So what I decided to do is, and this is, I'm in the process. So I'm going through another growth pain of like, is it okay? Is it going to be stupid? I'm creating a membership program.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to have monthly meetings and I'm debating whether to have Facebook Lives answering questions. So to have, a continued meeting place for the people who take my programs.
Yep.
So just, FYI, one of the things that I've really discovered in the whole online thing is people say, do this. This is what works. But then other people say, no, the exact opposite works. So what I've discovered is I'm going to do what works for me. I'm probably going to be most successful if I do what works for me.
Yeah,
because
that's right.
you will find, have you found a gazillion different messages
for
the best way to do online learning? It's like,
how
do you parse it?
When we were building the platform, we've got like every multiple way of delivering your content because of the messages we were getting. But we're already recognizing, as people are using it, they have a particular way they want to share.
Yeah. So how do you deal with that?
Yeah, that's a completely different conversation, right? I won't go into that. But, you have to, you have to take the feedback. You have to sort of understand where they're coming from when they provide the feedback as well, isn't it? Right. It's like, why are they asking for this? And that is something that I've learned for myself. And just like you said then, you hear, the generic, formula that people, some people out there promote and so forth. And it's great because it works for them. It works on that level. It works for their audience, but everyone's audience is different. Everyone's message is different. We're all unique. Yes, there's, so many coaches out there. Yes, there's heaps of, memberships out there and so forth. But we create them because we're creating a community of like-minded people who just get our message, get our beliefs. We all believe the same thing or whatever. So your feedback's going to be different. And you're going to deliver different to other people. So, not one company, or one, person out there sharing their knowledge, I think is identical to another. And, if they are, they might not be genuine to themselves, I would suggest. But that was a great answer though. I appreciate it's a great bit of feedback. You can take multiple things out of that, can't you? Because they obviously love you for wanting more from you.
Isn't that nice?
Isn't it?
It really helps my perfectionist, right?
And also to be compassionate to yourself because people are loving you.
Yes,
they want more of you. How do you cope with that too, though? When people are wanting more of you, and like you said, you have your membership, and you'll do like a weekly or monthly sort of thing, and you're thinking about doing, a Facebook Live and so forth. You're humming and hawing about that. Obviously, that's going to take more time out of, what you do in respect to your 20 hours per clients.
Right.
How are you sort of working through that? Like you said, you're still.
Well, I am really struggling with that right now because I love doing therapy and it's what I know. It's my zone of, I know this and I do it well and it's easy. Like people just come to me because I've been doing it for 18 years. So I don't even have to market. People just keep coming to me.
Which is great.
So to think that, but I also need time to build up this other and create I'm going to have I've decided to call it a treasure toolbox of tools to reach into for different things to use.
Yeah.
And it kind of takes time to create it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of stuff already, but to find the time to focus when there's easy money here, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the kind of what I'm kind of thinking of is like dropping a couple therapy spaces. So I've got a block of time just to work on clients, but I'm not doing it yet. I'm like, I'll work on it on the weekend. I'll work on it at night. And I'm just like, I don't want to work anymore. So
the sun's out. I want to spend some time in the sun.
Exactly. It's sunny. So that's actually something and I think that might be true for many people of leaving the known, especially as entrepreneurs, leaving the known to spend time and space in the unknown. But I remember I have a colleague here who I just love. And when I was first starting my business and I was working a part-time job as I was building my practice, and I was talking to her about how you let go of the known money, like the salary money for the clients. And she said, okay, so here's what I found, Jane. Every single time I've let go of a secure income to go into more of my entrepreneurial income, I've made more money. She said every single time that's happened. And so I'm like, thank you, Lisa Mayfield. And so every time, and I'm glad I'm saying this because I'm like, remember that, Jane? Like I'm saying, so this time, if I let go of those couple spots or however many to work on my program and membership, I will likely make more money because it's happened every other time I've let go of securing.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. Because there's a good why behind it too, though, isn't there?
Yes. Yeah.
To keep building. We evolve for a reason. And I guess, this is from my experience and talking with other people, but it's, when we go into this realm of entrepreneurship and sharing our knowledge, especially, our time is involved in it. And there's a certain point where we have to say, okay, I can't continue to keep adding my time in there personally. Right. So how can I evolve this so I can still keep supporting people, helping people, but slowly pulling away to give me back my time. Otherwise, you'll just get a burnout, won't you? And you have to take that step. You have to take that realization. And by moving into a membership or moving into courses, you are giving yourself more time, but you're also giving yourself an opportunity to passive, as they call it, passive income, to earn.
Eventually passive income.
Eventually, eventually. You still have to be in it, of course. But no. And that, I really appreciate you sharing that because there are people that probably do have that. Well, I think all of us have come across that question of what do I do? How do I let go of the known and move into the unknown? Yeah. But I guess all entrepreneurs, they have that, streak of risk taking.
You think so, right?
Yeah. And I'd love to ask you, what legacy are you looking to leave?
Wow. Nobody's ever asked me that question, Nikki. Oh. Well, kind of like that therapist. I know I've experienced in myself and so have my clients of the more we love ourselves, the more we naturally have love and compassion for those around us. So my legacy is to help people deeply know themselves, not just the good, happy, perfect parts, but all of them, the scared, the parts that have shame, the parts that are afraid, to know those parts, love those parts, so we can have love and compassion for everyone around us. And I would love that to be my legacy.
That's beautiful. Well, that's good. Well, you're sharing that right now, so I appreciate it.
Yay!
And do you have an offer that you'd like to share with our audience today?
I do. I've got a course on learning to trust our intuition, a super simple way to learn because I've been practicing trusting my intuition for over 20 years. Yeah. But for some people are like, what's intuition? So it's a super simple course. If you go to everydaylove.me and then hit the tab, I think it's course or free course or mini course. It's course.
Oh, don't worry. We'll have the link in the summary.
Okay, great. We'll have the link. But it's just, and then you'll get on my mailing list and I'll send out tips and tools and perspectives to help create more compassion and self-love. If you want, you can always unsubscribe too.
Yeah. No. Legally, yeah.
Right. We never want people to, but
but we understand. We all get a million emails saying, "Oh, no, I get it." Well, Jen, you've been absolutely fabulous to talk to today, and I'd love to have you on again sometime soon again because you just. I wish I had more time with you today. It'd be really great.
Wonderful. I really enjoyed
it. As I said, just as Jane was explaining her offer, all the details of Jane's offer will be in our podcast summary below. So be sure to click on the link and don't forget to subscribe to the Wise Dome podcast. And again, Jane, thank you so much for your time.
Yay. Thank you so much. It was the end of my day, like a full day of therapy. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And you just brightened my day up. So thank you.
Good. Thank you so much, Jane.
Thanks for listening to the Wise Dome podcast. If you enjoyed and have been inspired by this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, do subscribe and please share it with others. Post about us on social media or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from me, Nikki Kelly, you can follow me on Instagram at Wise Dome Podcast, WISEDOME podcast. I'm Nikki Kelly. Thanks again, and we'll catch up next time.